We have the HERMS Trio standard version with hose change. I'm going to demonstrate the hose change now, going from mashing to lautering. The first thing you need to do is make sure that all of your valves are closed, especially on the kettle inputs. It's the ball valves here. Whirlpool, where we're going to connect to, is already closed. And I do like to close the kettle outputs just in case I drop a hose, not that we just drain the entire tank. So I put a couple towels underneath here. There is going to be here a little bit of wort that will drip out, and here a little bit of water that will drip out. It's not too bad. So I'm going to undo this connection. Now there's of course wort in this line. I could drain that into a bucket, but I'm not going to worry about it. In case I drip some, I put a towel here. So we just go ahead and make that connection. And then we're going to move the HLT output from the Whirlpool into the coil in. If I can get out of the way here. Break this connection. You'll notice that there's some water. The gaskets are the silicone gaskets with a lip so that they tend to stay on the fitting that I'm removing, making it easier. I don't have to fumble around with the gasket. And we drip a little bit of water, but nothing too extreme. Okay, we're done and ready to recirculate. Ready to lauter. So just go ahead and open that a little bit. We're going to control the flow here with the coil input into the mash kettle and with the Whirlpool input into the boil kettle, so we can adjust our lautering speed and keep it nice and slow. The lautering is finished, and I'm waiting for the boil kettle to come up to temperature and start boiling. I can go ahead now and move this pump group over to the boil kettle because we're going to want that for whirlpooling. So we do have some wort in this line still. What I'm going to do is just put a bucket underneath there. I'm going to hold this fitting while I undo this so that it doesn't come off suddenly. And I'm just going to raise the bucket and drain it out into the bucket. Of course, the mash kettle is closed. So we're letting that drain out. It's closed here, so we're just letting the air come in slowly and drain out that liquid. Good. So I'm going to take this off here at the elbow, where the elbow meets the butterfly valve, and there may be some residual. Nope. And we're just going to move that over. If I wanted to, I could clean this out at this point, but I'm pretty happy just having it drained, and it'll be sanitized when I recirculate during whirlpooling when it's at hot temperature. Sometimes this works really well one-handed. And since we're going to be whirlpooling later, I could put that hose on like this, but I've got a couple bends in there that are unnecessary. So what I'll do is just loosen this and rotate the pump into the direction that I want to have a nice gentle bend into the whirlpool. If I could just find that gasket, I could finish this up. I like to use the pump from the mash kettle because basically it's still dirty with wort. The pump on the HLT is filled with water. It's only seen water. It's clean. I don't have to clean it. Now the inside of the HERMS coil has also been cleaned while we were lautering, and I can disconnect the sparge arm here and clean out the mash kettle. The hot liquor tank has basically only seen hot water, so all the parts there are pretty much just need to be dried out, and it's ready to go for the next brew session.